Welcome back to J&J Dynasty. We're going to have a little bit of fun today, and we're going to go through some June or July, end of July draft results for MFL leagues. So let's get into this. All right. Peel away the thumbnail. All right. So what we're going to do here, this is for one quarterback, standard PPR dynasty leagues. So the numbers, well, let's get into this. I'll just pull up round one. Boom. So I can do that and that. All right. So this is round one. And as we can see, we got a bunch of results here. So we got blue. You got the name of the player, then the blue is May, then the black is June. The orange or brown there would be, or yellow, depending on how you see it. That would be July's numbers. And then the furthest one over there with the red, that is the total overall ADP for all of these numbers. And then the black line way over there is the ADP for June. And then the final one is the ADP for July. So with that being said, let's get into the numbers. I guess one of the things I was going to say is, when you got this number here is in big chunks, you can see the highs and the lows for the guys. Like Keon Coleman has been going off really weird, like from 2 to 14, and anywhere in between. So that's more than around this deviation. So you got to take it as an average, and that's what I'm trying to do here. So as always, also like, click, and subscribe. It does take me quite a bit of time to do these terrible little videos. So it would be greatly appreciated if you did that. I'm not going to get monetized, but I just want to know how many people who are really actually using the information, and hopefully it is helping. If it is helping, give me some comments. Hopefully it's helped you in a couple drafts. Some of these numbers where you jumped up and got your guy and you sniped somebody. So that would be some of the best news that you could tell me, that you actually use the information and it's helped you when you're with your team and get the guys that you wanted. So well, let's get into this. This is round one. We have Harrison, Neighbors, Odunze, chalk. Brooks and Bowers and Caleb Williams, basically your next three. Then you have your chunk of your four wide receivers with Thomas, Worthy, McConkey, Coleman. And you have Benson and Daniels coming up at the end. McConkey has been kind of coming up boards overall. So that's one guy you got to watch. Caleb Williams has been dropping. So if you look at Williams, he's gone from 6.7 because he was right there with Brooks at 4.5 for a long time, but now he seems to be sliding. So in June, he's averaging being picked 8th overall. And I don't understand that a whole lot because his numbers or the pub coming out on him is saying that he is really doing well. So I would have assumed that he would be going up, actually not coming down. But those are the numbers. All right, well, let's get into round two. So I guess you have to go round two, new picture, and get the information. So once again, this is another good one. The guy who I think is the most, Kamani Vidal, is one of the biggest movers here. As you can see, he was at 26, and now he's at 20. So he's literally moved up like 4 spots in or 8 spots in the draft overall, but 4 overall. June to July, 8, whatever. Yeah. So this is your second round. So pick 2-1 would be Corum, and then Pearsall, then Lloyd, Wright, A.D. Mitchell, Xavier Legette, Polk, Jermaine Burton, who is another high riser recently, Roman Wilson, who has the ankle injury. So that might have him falling a little bit more in boards. Drake May has been plummeting last several times in some drafts here. And then Vidal Kamal and Troy Franklin. So those are kind of the numbers there. I can't see. It was at pick 28, going, late third round. That's not good for Drake May. That's about a round after where he should be going. So that's just the information there. Looks like, who else? Like I said, Roman Wilson is probably going to drop a little bit. Xavier Legette's been coming back up the board there for a while there. He was being drafted a lot, like towards the end of the second round. And so now he's been bumping up a little bit here the last couple rounds. So or last couple drafts again. So that's kind of that information. Let's get into the third round here. All right, boom. One of the big movers and shakers there is Bo Nix, because he is dropping like a stone from 30th overall to 36th. It seems like all the quarterbacks are dropping. Even J.J. McCarthy seems to be dropping in July, and I don't understand why that is. If it's maybe people are maybe more savvy in the July drafts than the June drafts as far as dynasty players, or if people just are realizing they're not valuing the quarterbacks as much. But as round three, pick one: Ben Sinnott, J.J. McCarthy, Ray Davis, Malachi Corley, Bucky Irving, Javon Baker, Bo Nix, McCaffrey, Tracy Estime Sanders, and Braylon Allen. Well, so that's going to round out your third round. As you can see, once again, look at the numbers and see the highs and the lows on some of these guys. So it does make a difference to know. So Braylon Allen, hey, 4-1, you can even still get him right in that range. All right, so let's get onto that fourth round. And we're going to talk about Jalen McMillan because he's becoming a high riser. He's sliding up. You can see his average draft position was 40 in the 40s, and now it's at 33 for June. There was some good news that came out about him about a week ago. Recording this is August 2nd, 3rd. And so that news bumped him up quite a bit, and so he might creep into the third round. I picked him a couple times in the end of the third round, very end. So I got a couple shares of that. As you can see, Penix also is sliding really bad. I mean, he's got a 71 and a 60 in there, which is what I would expect. I would not be taking him in a one quarterback league just because I don't want to sit on him for 2 years to have him wait for his playing time. But let's get through round four here. Jaden McMillan, Michael Penix, Shipley, Garendo, Labe, Walker, Rice, Ali, Johnson, Washington, and Wiley. A lot of people are on Wiley because there was that news that he's supposed to be replacing Travis Kelce in the future. Well, we'll see if that happens, right? We'll just see. We'll see about that. Let's get into round five. So this is going to be real basic information, and basically after Penix, you're going to see the 265s in there. That means they weren't drafted. So anybody who has a 265, they weren't drafted. A couple of guys on that last board had that in there. I guess I didn't explain that, but the reason for that being is, and you'll see it on the next slide, is 22 rounds, I believe, should be 264. 22 rounds at 12 players should be 264. So round 23, pick one would be the first pick after you get drafted. It's 265. I think that helps get these bottom guys a little bit more realistic expectations, because if you have one guy who gets, you just picked one guy, some guy goes crazy and picks him in at 40, a couple of 70s or 60s will get somebody else above, one outlier pick. So, but in round five, you have Frank Gore Jr., Wilson, Ali, Flournoy, Davis, Stover, Reese Emmett, Spencer Rattler, Travis, Jordan, Watson, and Bub Means. Bub had a little bit of news, and so he popped up there in one draft, and there you have it. That's it. So now the last slide here, and I don't even have a round six or a picture, so I'm just going to hit enter with that, and I should just close that. It doesn't really matter here. But so round five, I'll show you the final results. Bell, Riemann, and Wittenberg. I mean, these guys basically aren't getting drafted. The one guy picked each one of them. Oh, 265 there. Oh, the third one that didn't show up, but oh well. I know it's right because the overall ADPs are at 265. That's my check line to make sure I've got the right number to average everything out on. So, but that's basically the video for this one. So, as always, like, subscribe, click on it, and leave a message or two. I'd appreciate it. Oh, that's the thing I wanted to show you. So, around 23 equals 265, 2-1, and the very bottom line there. That shows each individual league. So I actually put down what the name of the league is first couple letters, so that way I know that I've got that information input in there, and I can double check my numbers in case I think that something's wrong. So that's what the story is with that. Thank you as always for watching, and enjoy the information. So have a great day from J&J.